Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It is Monday after the long weekend, and this is when we go out. When all the big crowds head back home to get back to normal life, that's when our time is to head out and enjoy the beautiful backcountry. Unfortunately, after going out after a long weekend, and wreck sites and backcountry where there are camping spots, they are a mess, and that's what we've been finding with this trip so far. We stopped at pretty much every beautiful camping spot on the way to this one, and garbage. And it's not just, cans and wrappers. It's the amount of toilet paper is just disgusting. There was one where we had a waterfront view, and that's where they decided to use the bathroom over and over again. So definitely really frustrating, but we did find a spot, and the views are pretty darn good too. So this is Nahalach Lake. We're about 25K up. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. The bugs, on the other hand, are a little bit annoying, but it's just flies. So as long as the mosquitoes stay away, it won't be a bad time, but not a bad spot. Surprisingly, this one is pretty good. The only thing that we could see was a little bit of toilet paper. Oh, there, and then some recycling. I think I said this in our last video when we went to the Manning Park area. Every time we go camping, rain. We left Hope and it was 34 degrees. It got up to 36 over here in Boston Bar. Blue skies, beautiful weather, and look at it. So I don't think we've shown this to you guys yet, but this is our portable and bathroom or changing area. It'd be a little tight for a changing area, but it does work. From Northridge. This is from Princess Auto. It's about 80 bucks. Love the color because it matches our tent. And this is one of those hunter loos. Picked this up at Cabela's in Abbotsford for like 18 bucks. And what we use inside is just a compost and bag. There's a little spot up here for your toilet paper. You could hang some clothes or a towel, and works good. The rain has stopped, but you can still hear the thunder in the distance. Almost got the tent and campsite all ready. Cheyenne is just working away at the bed. I'm just doing kind of the outside stuff. The kitchen is basically ready to go. We're using a propane fireplace because there is a fire ban in effect. Got the blow-up mattress for lounging in the lake after, because it's pretty muggy now and we're all hot and sweaty. No wind, which is nice, but it's hot. So there's that right there. Oh, bugs. A little bit of a shelter right there, if you guys can see. Oh, a fish just jumped. Don't tell Cheyenne. But we are close to the road, but where this campsite is, it's kind of a tight kind of S-bend, I guess you could say. So they have to slow down because it would be super dusty if it wasn't. There's only one way in. There was maybe two, but they kind of blocked that side off. Would have been so much easier coming from that way in, but get down to road level. Had the truck through wheeling a little bit, and then there's a washout right up here, so again, very rocky, can't go too fast. Not too shabby. We always try to find the perfect spot because that's what camping's about, having beautiful views. You know, we didn't do all this work to just go sleep in a mall parking lot. So when we come out here, we want to make the best of it and be at peace with views like this. But unfortunately, when you can't make a reservation, you get what you get. But we would have had another, oh, here comes the rain again. But it's unfortunate those last spots didn't work out because they were beautiful. It was just all the garbage in with Mavic. And yes, we could have cleaned it up, but it was so much and we would have been still cleaning up garbage. But we're just going to kind of finish up what we're doing here. And then I think we're both going to go jump into that beautiful lake. Well, these trees offer a little bit of coverage, not getting wet yet. Because of the positioning of the tent, the awning's on the other side, so we would be facing the road. So didn't really think that through, but it's just what worked. It was pretty tight to get parked in here, but it is raining now, really. It's good. Well, it's getting later in the evening. We just basically sat, you know, had a drink, went for a walk up the road a few K, and came back. It's been raining off and on. It's definitely gotten a little bit windier, a little bit cooler. So we're gonna save going for a swim, hopefully tomorrow. So our plan is to stay here kind of for the day, and then go home, you know, sometime in the afternoon. So, and no rush with this one, hopefully. If it's raining, we going home first thing in the morning. But yeah, so I'm gonna make up some supper, and we're hungry. So for supper tonight, not doing really anything special, but we're just gonna have a couple smoked sausages with some potatoes, some yellow beans we picked from our garden. Have a little bit of onion to put on top of the potatoes. Just going to be chopping up the potatoes into like little cubes, doing them up in the frying pan with just a little bit of butter, and then I'll throw in the vegetables and whatnot and then cook the sausages last. guy on a bike going by. Been pretty quiet up this road so far, which has been nice. Always wanted to do that. Still a few more things we gotta get, but we'll grab that stuff in the morning. That's a whole whack of empties. And then over here, there's eggs, some tin foil, but the site's definitely cleaner than it was. Out of all of them we went to, this was the cleanest, which is pretty bad that there is this much stuff. It's a shame. I get it, but there's a pit toilet right over there. This is technically, I guess, a provincial park, a rec site. No number. Oh, yeah, there's a number post right there. I didn't see it. Site 10. No ATVs. Oh, and there's a pop can. I'll grab that. And then the pit toilet is there's the trail there and goes up into it. Surprisingly, it's not too bad, but most likely people just go in the bush. For such just a beautiful site, shame on the people who, leave stuff like this. The thunder has been howling all night. No lightning, but just rumble after rumble. You guys can probably hear that in the camera. almost every 30 seconds you can hear it. Raining off and on. Sky has been beautiful over there all day. And we have this rain cloud over our heads all afternoon into the evening here. It's about 7 o'clock. Where we're parked though is definitely got a lot of tree coverage. A lot of dead trees, but that one right there is doing a good job. Keeping everything, dry enough. Realistically, if this keeps up, we're gonna have one heck of a good sleep, because every night for the past 15 years, we fall asleep to a rain and thunder, a 10-hour rain and thunder on YouTube. There you go, guys. Nothing too special, but definitely a good meal. And it's nice, eating from our garden. Well, we packed up the kitchen, did the dishes. It's raining too hard, and unfortunately the kitchen rolls out basically right at the end where water can drip in, and I don't want to damage the wood. So yeah, as the night goes on, the rain is definitely raining way harder. You can see there's just constantly dripping. Well, it's about 8:30 and we've climbed into the tent. It's not raining as bad, but it's still pretty wet. So we're just going to probably have a quiet night tonight, watch some YouTube. There's my feet, fellas. And yeah, just enjoy the evening. We got some snacks over here. We do have a little bit of water. Cheyenne's side seems to be fine. Got a little wet spot here. Right here, and then a little bit back here, unfortunately, but it's all on my side, so no biggie. But that obviously just means we need to buy, I think it's like a conditioner, like a waterproofing conditioner. You can treat your canvas. Other than that though, it's completely dry. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos and then go to sleep. Good morning, everybody. It's 8:30. We woke up at 3-ish to let Maverick out one more time. It rained off and on all night. Beautiful morning this morning. Oh, back's killing me. even with the extra pad and whatnot, it's still sore. But we were in bed basically for 12 hours last night. Got in there about 8:30, and it's 8:30 now. So just going to get some coffee going and just enjoy the weather this morning. So to get to this camp spot, we had to go through a creek, and we didn't show any of that because we've driven this road to go to Grizzly Falls. We just wanted to kind of get here, get set up, and start the video. But with all the rain we had last night, we're worried about how high the water level got. Now, I don't think it would be enough to do anything, but our son, when he came up here with his girlfriend to go to the falls, it rained all night and pretty hard. So when they were coming back, the rain actually kind of washed and the banks and back a bit, basically, making them a wall. So they had to dig them down, like a ramp, so they could get back out. There was a guy that was stuck in a newer Chevy truck, I guess. So we thought about that all last night, and if it would have rained any harder, we definitely would have packed up, unfortunately, because the last thing we would want is to get stuck. So it's really no different than it was yesterday. It's a lot browner. It was crystal clear when we drove through. But that's the bank over there. And if that was to become like a sheer wall, as you guys can see on this side here, we'd have to definitely dig that out. But not too bad. Got the truck running again just to get the cooler down to temp. Once it is, I'll then plug in our Bluetti up front, and that will keep it nice and cool for the remainder of our time here. So, but not too bad. That was the temps basically when we woke up this morning. So, and more than enough to keep everything at like a safe temperature. So using the Bluetti with the cooler on max, we're drawing about 67, 68. If I turn it to eco mode, down to 49. And once it gets up to temp, 48, it will definitely, the watts will even drop even lower to I think 20 something. The lake is just so calm right now. It's hard to tell. Is that the mountain? Or is that the mountain? Very pretty, very green-like in the sun. Fortunately, it's not really capturing it on the camera. Just glass-like. Very beautiful. Our site's just right over there. We're just going for a little walk before we get in the water. This road goes to the Grizzly Falls that we went to. And then the trail does continue on. I can't remember where it goes, but back at camp. Beautiful day out. It's getting warmer and warmer. It's going to be a hot one today, which is great because after dealing with so much rain last night, we deserve some nice weather for our final day. So we're going to get changed up and go for a swim. It's getting close to lunch, so we're going to be having a brunch. And we're just going to be doing up some hash browns, some sausages, and then I'll make some eggs. Well, unfortunately, I forgot cream for our eggs, but I'm going to try something. So I'm going to try adding some coffee whitener, just a little bit. Hopefully just give it that milky texture. Probably would have been better if I boiled the water a little bit and then added it to it, because then it would have helped and break up the coffee whitener. But I think once it hits the pan, it will be it'll do just fine. Not too bad of a breakfast out of the back of the truck. That was a good breakfast. You couldn't really even taste a difference with the eggs, so that was good. And if you're ever in a pinch, well, there you go. But we did the dishes, and we decided we're just going to start packing up and getting ready. For how hot it is already at noon, it's going to be a hot one today, and we don't want to be packing up, you know, in the intense afternoon heat. And we also don't want to be driving home in that heat too. So we're going to start packing up slowly and then head on back home. Well, we're all packed up and the campsite is cleaner than it was. So our little backpack on the back is packed full of what we used and the last camper, what they used. So we feel good that this spot is nice and clean for the next camper. So that's going to be our video for today, guys. We now just have to get across that little creek to get on the road.